Hi everyone, it's almost first I am in Poland, but oddly enough I have a huge urge to record something. This review is kinda unexpected because I came across this band a few days ago. Whitesnake of Blackened is a duo from Belgium that plays progressive avant-garde black metal, so as you all might think, it immediately made me interested. And you are right. I checked it out almost immediately after I'd found it, but honestly I wouldn't expect anything to turn into one of my favorite releases from this year so quickly. The Ocean of Truth, because its album's name turns out to be awesome. In my opinion, it's one of these albums which can fight Great Aura's slots took in the title of Best Avant-Garde Black Metal Release of this year. If you still haven't listened to Great Aura, then you're losing a lot. But what is equally amazing in Ocean of Truth is its art cover. And I must admit that it was definitely the main factor why I listened to this album. It reminds me a little of first Odzmanuk's art cover, also a great American Armenian black metal project. But Ocean of Truth's art cover reminds me more of European culture. But it's one of the best art covers I've seen in a while. But I'm swearing that music is as interesting as visual aspects. What immediately came to my mind at the beginning and what I definitely liked is that the band doesn't try to separate metal parts from non-metal parts. I think in avant-garde black metal it's important because it naturally improves composition. I mean, I don't see anything bad in such a separation, but it shouldn't be overdone. Because it's kinda escape from the main topic of avant-garde, I would say. So blending genres in an unusual way. But here Whitesnake blends piano with guitars and they did it perfectly. And a little later, album starts reminding me of Ulcerate. But instead of such constant irregular riffs, we receive insane solos. And like in Ulcerate, drums are also pretty fast. The band also experiments with slower structures, usually using traditional acoustic guitars and sometimes even synths. But still the most powerful and convincing aspects of this release are definitely guitar solos, which are totally different on every track. And it's the main factor which makes this release so interesting in my opinion. These solos are really engaging for a listener. For example, when I was listening for the first time, I really wanted to focus on them. And I think that with every next listen there can be found something new here. And what I would like to mention as well is that despite of huge intensity of those solos, you won't experience here any cheesiness. But I say it once again that being cheesy doesn't always mean being bad. Look at Balsagot, which I absolutely love, and I said it mostly because intense solos are usually considered to be cheesy, but that ubiquitous dissonance pushes them into totally opposite direction. Although some tracks have huge heavy metal impact, which makes this album more diverse. And I think that was all what I wanted to say here. The Ocean of Truth is in my opinion very enjoyable and amazing release. And it's an album that might create some trends in the subgenre, because the band isn't so underground. At least from my point of view, it turned out to be a little more popular than I expected, but still less popular than Grey Aura, for example. Maybe this album would encourage other musicians to put such great solos on their releases. I would be truly delighted. At this point, thank you all for watching, and see ya, hopefully soon.